Hey everybody, this is NJCuenca from thehyperloops.com, and we're really excited for the Convergence finally coming out. This is the box. Well, it's one of the few boxes I have, but we're just going to do one box because no one wants to see me open 6 boxes. Hopefully I actually won't open 6 boxes. I'll get everything in the first 4 and then just, I don't know, get rid of the other ones somehow. But anyways, here we go. We're going to start it off. There are a few cards I definitely want to open up here. Some of the legendaries. I'm a big fan of Jabba. There's also some broken stuff that we want to open. Some of those legendaries. Just the ones that search up the scoundrels. Yeah, that card's stupid. But anyways, we're going to start it off with Bald Lady. I don't really know what her name is off the top of my head. Let's see here. I got Slymore, which I think is actually pretty good. It's 1 focus, 2 focus, 1 discard, 1 resource, and a special. After you activate this character, you may reroll one of your Sith dice. Turn a die to the side showing a blank and discard a random card from an opponent's hand. So the special is sort of like another discard side, but better, because it sort of manipulates dice. Yeah, I think this card's actually pretty good. It goes with Palpatine. He's actually in the picture in the background. Let's put it here. Alright, well, you get the idea. But, yeah, so I think that there's a possibility for her. She's really cheap, which I think is always good for a character. A fixer of sorts. With the double focus at 12. Yeah, definitely can see play. A bunch of commons here. We'll go over the rares in specific cards here. That is Laser Tripwire. Costs 1 to support after a player activates a character. If 2 more of that character's character or upgrade dice are showing damage, discard the support from play to deal 3 indirect damage to that player. Okay, so this card's actually good in an aggressive meta. Well, in a meta where Mill is pretty much going to be very unrepresented. Alright, I got I think this is, what's his face's gun? Dengar? I keep on calling him Gengar. No, it's Ordnance Launcher. Yeah, this card is Ambush. After you play this card, gain 1 action. After you resolve a Scoundrel die, you may resolve this die as if it did not have a modified die. Well, yeah, I don't like this card because it's a Scoundrel. It's Ambush, doesn't have redeploy, and the die sides aren't good enough for the downside. Then we have Command Center, Lothal. Yep, that's just a reprint. It's going to be a good card for Mill. Let's see what we got here. Boom. Oh, yeah. It's this officer. I forget which officer it is. Imperial officer? Imperial officer, I got it right. So, support leader. Die sides are kind of poopy. But it costs 2 and it gives you the leader tag, and after you activate the support, you may turn one of your trooper dice to any side. So it sort of gives you an additional focus in that specific deck. It is a leader, which really matters for a lot of cards. Hopefully we will open one of those cards in the Trooper Blasters card, the support. That's pretty insane. But yeah, I mean, this card's kind of like a role player. It's not exciting, but if you think about it, her having 2 dice, one of them being an autofocus to a trooper die, and then you have this other die, it gets a little bit better. The resource side's nice, and yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's not exciting, but it is a role player. Oh, Back to Therapy is a cool card for Mr. Palpatine. Definitely will be playing that card in that deck for sure. Because healing for 5 for 2 resources is way above pay. Alright, here we go. We got the blue fixer, I forget his name, Lor Xanteca. There's Lor Xanteca. It's a power action. Choose 3 cards from your discard pile, then an opponent adds one of those cards to your hand. Set the other 2 cards aside. 1 focus, 2 focus, discard, shield, resource. 10 health. So it's actually very similar to Sly Moore. Lord Santeca is probably better, just because he has an ability that matters, like an activated ability. And those are so powerful when you get to do something over and over again. And rare is Protective Suit. Let's see here. Non-bounty downgrades cannot be played on attached character. Action, return this upgrade from play to your hand. Wow, this card is hot garbage. I mean, maybe down the road when there's a million sets and they all have downgrades and downgrade palooza is the norm, then yeah, that could be a card. But right now, it's no good. I got some kind of Jedi guy, maybe. Let's see. I forget this. It's a Vigilant Jedi. That's right. You know, sort of the poor man's Padawan replacement. Rest in peace. 2 melee, 2 for 1, shield, resource. Special says remove a die showing damage, then deal 1 damage to a character. I mean, that's a very good special when it happens. It's very dependent on it going off soon, because when you roll it in, so you roll it in, you don't hit it, and you hit the 2 for 1, for example, in the first turn, that's not a very good side. And it sort of forces you to want to be the first action to get this out to protect yourself, and when you don't hit, it's not good. So you get into situations where you want to kill their character, but you also want to get value from your potential special, but your other character might be loaded up. I mean, it's not a bad card, it's just I'm not sure about it. Given what I've seen, I don't think it's going to be great, but maybe. It is a Jedi. It's a cheap Jedi, which is really, really good, actually, so it might see play because of that. Oh, and Forbidden Lore, another card for Palpatine. Before you play a blue ability, you may discard the support from play to decrease its cost by 1. Then you may spot a Sith to draw a card. Yeah, I mean, I like this card. I'm all aboard for a specific deck with that card in it. Replacing itself, making things cheaper. I like all those things. Uh-oh, we opened a Padme. Hey. Yeah, I'm not so high on Padme like everyone else is. I don't really get it, but you know, I'm not going to be upset. It's not like I opened Crime Lord, which would have made me very sad. So Padme is 10 health. Her sides are 1 focus, 2 focus, 3 focus. Which we've never even seen that side on a character, which I think is probably the thing that like my brain just can't comprehend how good 3 focus is, because I haven't seen it. In my mind, it's like, oh, it's a little bit better than 2 focus, but maybe it's just like ridiculously better than a 2 focus. And a 1 discard and 1 money. And her ability, she's a leader. You may resolve your dice showing a focus as if they were indirect damage. Yeah, and that's yeah, I mean that gives her the fixing ability, and plus she can deal damage. So because she's cheap at 14, it means that early on she can start fixing dice, and later on she can just start once it's one-on-one, she's got a 3 damage side, which is pretty insane. So I could see why it could be insane. I haven't played with her, to be honest. And our rare is Enticing Reward. Downgrade bounty. After attached character is defeated, you may play an equipment or weapon from your hand or discard pile for free. The fact that it's from discard pile is what makes this the most enticing. Because it gives you a little more selection. You kind of do need you need a 2 resource bump for this card to be good. So, I don't know, we'll see. The problem is that just like, you have to be able to kill that character quickly to have it, so like, the bump in resources matters. So in like round 2, if you kill them, that's great, and you got like a 4 cost, that's insane. But once you start getting into round 3, you've activated your character, you get that in the next turn. How many more turns are you really going to be using this die to get value out of it? And that's really the question that... so I'm not sure about Enticing Reward because of those things I just mentioned. Alright. Let's see here. Come on, daddy. Oh, I got Dengar's ship, which is it's kind of cool. Gives you some bounty payoff. The punishing one. One range, 2 range, 2 indirect, 1 disrupt, 1 resource, blank. After opponent's character that has a bounty on it is defeated, you may ready the support. If you spot Dengar, you may activate the support. So this is cool because you can make like a really weird deck where like you put upgrades, not upgrades, support, no, sorry. Yeah, if you put upgrades on the punishing one, like mods, duh, and it will activate again, that's pretty insane, and it costs 2. So you could set yourself up for a pretty gross deck, and you don't even necessarily need to, you don't even need to play Dengar. But you do need to play crappy bounties, which is unfortunate. So you're in like some weird bounty mod deck, which I don't think that's a thing, but maybe it is. Oh, Profiteering. It's a rare for some reason. It's a plot after one of your scoundrel dice rolls a side showing a resource, you may resolve it. So yeah, I mean, I think I talked about this card in an article where I was just like, this is the kind of card that would have been too good at 1 resource. One cost, and it's just terrible at 2 because it's so expensive at 2. And for 1, it's kind of a free roll, so it's kind of bad design for 1. So this card's like really like it should be like 1.5. It should cost like 1, and have your opponent draw an extra card or something. You know, like have some type of additional cost to play it, because at 2 it's too expensive. It's a cool idea though. Resources don't do damage, but being able to like guarantee that you're going to be on plan is good. But for 2, it feels too expensive, especially because it's scoundrels only. I think they could have got a 1 and then like have yourself deal it 1 indirect damage to yourself or something like that to balance it off a little bit more. All right, we got Malice. Yeah, Malice is an upgrade. Costs 1. Sides are bad. I mean, they're okay. So 1 discard, 1 discard, 1 disrupt. Special blank. Special has redeploy. It's an ability. Ability matters for Palpatine, but man, I do not want to play this card on Palpatine just because it doesn't feel great. Deal 1 damage to any number of characters that have 1 or more of their character dice showing a blank. So essentially, hopefully it's 1 damage a turn, right? That's like your upside, or 1 discard a turn. Those are the things you want. It has redeploy. I don't know. We only recently discovered that It Binds All Things is in the format, so then that gives this kind of card a little more, makes it a little bit better, because now you have ways to sort of like sink into resources for following turns. But I don't know. Discards are like okay, but it's just like opportunity cost of having to play this card. Alright. Convex Robbery. No, Convex? Convex Robbery. Spot a scoundrel. Choose 1 die. In each opponent's pool, resolve those dice in order of your choices if they were in your pool. Choose 1 die. Okay, so yeah, this is like a multiplayer card? It's weird. Spot a scoundrel, choose 1 die in each opponent's pool. So yeah, you can only resolve 1 of their dice. But, I mean, if it's multiplayer, it's pretty insane. I don't know if I've never even played that. But it costs 3. Yeah, I don't know, it seems okay. I mean, there are, like, if you're playing like a Kira deck, you could definitely consider this card. Alright, let's see what we got. Come on, baby. And I got something that probably is not something I want. Let's see here. Alright. Unscrupulous. Next card, not horrible. It's fine. Discard a random card from an opponent's hand, or force an opponent to lose 1 resource. Scoundrel only. Yeah, I mean, it costs 1. It discards a random card from one's hand every turn, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know. This card is it's something. It's for a mill deck with scoundrels, so you could put it on what's this? Lando Leia deck with this, and then that makes it so like Lando can actually make your opponent discard cards. So you could, I don't know, put 2 of these at the end of the game, and he's discarding for 2 every round, which is like not too bad. Let's see our rare. Alright, so it's Route. For every 3 dice in your pool, you may remove a die. I don't hate this card. It's very specific, but I don't hate it. It's definitely for like upgrade character decks, because you need to be able to get your dice in the pool quick. But, you know, upside of like 2 dice is pretty insane. Like if you have 6 dice in your pool. Alright, let's see what else we got. Only 1 legendary so far. I'm really hoping for that Jabba. Ooh, Padme's cruise ship. All aboard. Boop, boop. Alright. Let's see here. Padme and Amidala's Royal Starship. It's a support vehicle. Its sides are 2 focus, 3 focus, which is pretty good. Again, with the focuses. 2 shield, 2 resources. I think, yeah, I mean, maybe I'm like undervaluing 3 focus. I mean, it is pretty good. It is big. I'm just trying to think of like, if that was like a 3, if that was like a 3 damage, like 3 indirect, I wouldn't be excited. If it was 3 damage, I would be excited. So like, is 3 focus that much better than like a 3 solid side? It's like, maybe? I don't know. It's hard. It's a side I haven't really seen before. And also really like contextual with like the dice. Like, you know, you fixed all of your dice. That's pretty good. And maybe like we've learned that like from all the nerfs that we've had of like cards that like were mass focusing, and then they were like they changed it up to a certain amount. Maybe that like that 3rd focus is really gonna be really insane. But wait, there's more. There's an ability. After you activate the support, you give a leader character 1 shield. If that leader is Padme Amidala, activate her. Okay, so this gives you sort of like a ability to protect Amidala. And Amidala is all focus, which is kind of cool. Oh no, it's only, you may resolve your dice showing a focus as if it were under attunement. Yeah, it's all your dice. So that's pretty neat. Let's see here, exterminate. So yeah, you can roll out a lot of damage. Like if you roll out like, you know, 3/3/3, it's 9 indirect. It's like, oh my god, so much damage. Each opponent chooses a character subtype. Then remove all opponent's character dice that do not have the chosen subtype. Exterminate. Oh yeah, whatever. This card's like fine. If you're playing like an all something deck, like if you're playing Scoundrels, then it's like you can protect. You can get them pretty good. Yeah, it's only character dice though. It's like. I remember I wrote about it and I was like, well, it's the kind of card that if your opponent doesn't see coming and they roll and all that, it's just like so specific. If the format becomes like 2 character, you know, or like 5 die character with different types, and then they're like, they're being greedy and just like trying to be efficient with their actions, and they roll in all their guys, and you're just like, haha, like, you know, the card could be quite the blowout. Alright, we got Sonic Detonators. Others have it. Alright. It's a weapon, it costs 3. Alright, we're in I don't think I've actually seen this card. 2 disrupt, 1 discard, 2 discard, special. After you play this upgrade, place 6 resources on it. That's a lot of resources. Remove any number of resources from this upgrade to choose that many characters and deal 2 damage to each of them. Alright, remove any number of resources from this upgrade to choose that many characters and deal 2 damage to each of them. Okay, so actually this card's not It's not awful. It can do a lot of damage. But it only does it like, so if they have 3 characters, you can remove 3 to deal 2/2/2, and then remove 3 to deal 2/2/2. And that is 12 damage for 3 resources, which I'm all for. So maybe discard. It has 2 discard side and it has a 2 disrupt side. So actually this card, you know what, depending on the metagame, if we're in 3-wide Fiesta, I could definitely see this card being played. I like the balance of like making it so you actually have to play this card. And after you use it twice, you can then overwrite it. So if you build your deck right, the card could be really, really good. Hard bargain. Reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, and opponent chooses discards as one of them. Then you may play one of the other cards for free. Discard the remaining cards. Wow, so yeah, this is I've seen this card before, and it's like you have to saturate your deck with so many boom booms that it's just going to be an unplayable pile of garbage until you draw this card. And this card is just like, so you have to hit like, you know, a 4, like a 4/4 and a whatever, doesn't matter. But if you just, you know, if you discard like 5/4 blank, whatever, you just have to hit something that costs 4 or more twice. So you try making a deck like that does this consistently, and also just like draws this card reliably. That doesn't seem good. Does not seem good to me. All right, we're chugging along. Only one. I think I only have one legendary. I think. Hopefully. Because the other cards suck. Alright, let's see here. A300 Blaster. 1 damage, 2 damage, 2 damage. Well, +2 gun. Disrupt. Cost 2. Has redeploy. Yeah, I mean, this card seems good. I mean, it's just solid numbers. No resource side, which kind of blows, but 2 damage sides and has redeploy for 2. I don't know. I feel like there are definitely worse cards. And if I'm playing a range deck, heavy range, then I will definitely consider it. Ooh, and Forsaken, which is better than I thought it was initially, because it's any player's pool. Play only if a player has exactly 1 die in their pool, so you or them. Remove a die showing a value 2 or less. For 0, you really can't ask for anything more than that from a card that costs 0. I'm glad I've opened 1 so far. I feel it's the kind of card I want at 4 of because I'm going to have multiple decks with it. And villains seem pretty good. Alright. We started the Scoundrel Train. You guys ever see the show Soul Train? It was great. But this is Scoundrel Train. I'm just kidding. It's Fickle Mercenaries. It's support Scoundrel. It has a 1 gun, a 2 gun, a 3/1, a 2 disrupt, a 1 discard blank. Cost 1. Action. Spend 2 resources to take control of the support. Well, so I actually like this card. And I'm going to tell you why. Because in the first round, you can just wait until they use their resources and play it. And you'll get a 1 damage, a 2 damage, a 2 disrupt. Well, you won't get the 2 disrupt, they'll just take it. But a discard. And you can disrupt them for 1. And on the following, so let's just say you got 2 damage, right? And on the following turn, is their plan really going to be like pay 2 to take your Fickle Mercenaries? I mean, yeah, but the thing is that it's so cheap, like for what it does, that you're ahead. You're gonna be ahead on the board. And then they take it for 2, which admittedly isn't great, but the fact that they paid 2, they can't do other things. Like they can do other things, but now they have to be like, okay, now this is my plan. I have this Fickle Mercenaries, and then you can just pay 2 again to take it. Because action, you can just action. So because of the timing, I think it's actually going to be playable. And it's a Scoundrel, which you can search your deck for, which is pretty great. Domination. Remove any number of dice. For 5 resources. Well, that's just pretty simple. That's a cool card to have in the format for sure. Not sure how good it is, but it's definitely cool. It's probably not going to be good. It's very expensive. If I were a betting man, I would bet on it not seeing much play. Alright, so we got... Ooh, Rebel Cash. Cost 3, it's +2, +3 range, 2 resources. Special. After you roll one of your dice showing a resource, you may place one resource on the support. Okay, so anytime you roll, okay, that's cool. I'm interested in that because that could get really silly. Take up to 2 resources from the support, or 3 resources instead if you spot a scoundrel. Okay. Okay. So... Yeah, I mean, this is super interesting, but probably not good in his hero. Yeah, I don't know. This is a thinker. Probably not good, but it does have some... Because, like, the first time you, like, take a bunch of resources, it's paying for itself, right? So that's not great. And then the second time you play it, you get a bunch of resources. So it's kind of slow, so it's probably not good, but very interesting. And Military Camp. Power action. Activate up to your characters that share a subtype. If one of those characters is a trooper, you may re-roll one of its character dice. Oh, interesting. Yeah, so this gives you a little extra consistency and a little action saving. So if you're like really interested in claiming, so that's cool. That's a nice little card. Oh yes, Wat Tambour. Oh, I know your name. We've been building a lot of decks with your name. Yeah, Watt's pretty gross. You need to definitely see this guy. So 9/12. 1 indirect, 1 focus, 2 focus, resource. Man, that dies so, I mean, so snokable. He's a leader. Power action. Play a support from your hand, paying its cost. Then roll that support's die into your pool. So yeah, so you play any support, you know, that's villain or neutral, with this power action, and the die will go into the pool, and that's it. Like, and then you can resolve it. You'll get it back on the card, and you can re-roll it. So basically, this action gives you an additional die of whatever it is that you play support. So it relies on you having a support in your hand to use it. But the rate here for this is already like fine. But then you get this, and it's just like, oh, such value. I love me some value. You know I love value. So Power Surge as the rare. Resolve one of your dice showing damage, doubling its value to a maximum value of 6. Okay. So yeah, so you can turn a 3 into a 6. Just whatever. It's fine. Probably not good. Hero only. Turn a 3 into a 6. But you turn a 2 into a 4, which is not good. I mean, contextually could be good, but generally not. Not above rate. Alright, we got Conscript Squad. A neutral trooper, which is cost 1, which is pretty cool. After you activate a leader, you may activate this support. So that's cool. It's got like cost 1. It's kind of like a bad, I don't know, it's like a bow. Yeah, it's like a DH, it's like a bad DH. Yeah, the card's not great, but it is a trooper, and it costs 1, so, you know, who the hell knows, because it's so cheap that it just might make a deck because it's so cheap, but not super excited. But it does have a trooper subtype, which is important to remember when you're building your decks. Cost 1, flee the scene, remove up to 2 dice. You must pass your next 2 turns this round. So, if you're very fast, this card could be good. If you're slow, don't play it in your deck. It is hero only, so it goes into a very specific fast deck, maybe. And that's a maybe, because, like, who the heck knows? Ooh, I got a Watto. That's a good card. Watto. Give me some Watto. Alright. Man, we haven't gotten any legendaries yet. We're gonna pull so many legendaries coming up. So he's cost 9, he's a 9/12. This character's character dice cannot be removed by opponent's events. Great. Doesn't have any damage, but it does have 2 disrupt, 1 resource, a 2-for-1 resource, and a +2. Power action is spend 1 resource and choose a symbol to reroll a die. If it rolls the chosen symbol, gain 2 resources. So his power action is just kind of like weird gamble mode. I don't really know when you want to use it. I mean, maybe if you're like about to get disrupted, you're just like, all right, YOLO, like why not? But yeah, no, he's very strong. And with Enfys, you can get that 2-for-1 for free. Very good, very cool. Aggressive negotiations. Choose an opponent and have them remove any number of their dice, then deal 2 indirect damage to an opponent for each of their dice showing damage. It's very aggressive. Yeah, it's definitely hero aggro deck. Wants that. Oh no, no, no! Crime Lord! I got Crime Lorded, bro. God damn it. Crime Lord reprint. Already had 2. I don't know. I think the picture's close. I don't know. I need to look at them. I don't know. I think I like this one. Little guys in there. You know, Crime Lords, 2 specials, spend 5 to blow up a character. Cool card. I love the card, but man, it really does suck to fight dirty. Reprint. Also fine reprint, I guess. I don't know. Never really saw that much play anyways, but got some crappy downgrade commons. Damn, man. That stunk. That stunk. Ooh, a new First Order Stormtrooper. He's cool. You know, reprint. He is the GOAT of 7-cost characters, and he will remain so because he has a resource side, he has a 2 solid damage side, and now he's a trooper. That's a little bump people don't talk about because he's a trooper. The old one wasn't a trooper, but this one, he's a trooper. So, a actual, you know, it's interesting because they did that. It sort of makes it so they can like retroactively add types to things, which I think that they really should. And we're home, cost 1, activate 1 of your yellow vehicles, and up to 2 your scoundrels. You may remove 1 of your dice showing resources to ready that vehicle. Okay, so this card is potentially very powerful because it doesn't necessarily need you to have 1 of those dice showing resources. You remove 1 of your dice showing resources. So it can be any resource. So this card could be good if you're trying to like untap stuff. But it does have to be a yellow vehicle. Yeah. So it has to be a yellow vehicle, but hey, you know, powerful. I like powerful. Alright, let's see here. We got some card I don't care about. Alright, let's see. What we got? I think it's a cheap little, the Pimp Ring. I'm sorry, the Resistance Ring. 1 focus, 1 shield, +1/+1 on resources, and 1 special. After you play this upgrade, discard the top card of a deck. Play a red event from any discard pile as if it were yours, paying its cost. Then set that event aside. So it gives you sort of like resource, like recursion. You can, yeah, you can, you know, free red events would be cool if they had like good abilities. I'm trying to think of stuff that I would want to do that's red. You can also take your opponent's red events. I mean, it does stuff. It has like a little mini mill, like, you know, mill your opponent for 1, because it can be anyone. It can be you or them. So, I don't know. It's an interesting card. I just, man, +1s on resources, that's so jank. Couldn't have given me 1 solid resource? Come on, Lucas. Get at R&D already. Deflecting Slash. Activate 1 of your blue characters. Remove a die showing range or indirect damage. If that character has a card titled Sorenzu Mastery, give it 2 shields. Okay. I mean, so it's range or indirect. So you can't remove melee, which kind of stinks. And if it has Saresu's Mastery, it gives it 2 shields. I don't know. It does a lot of stuff, that's for sure. And it's a move. It's a move, which is very relevant. Because of the lightsaber mastery. And some card here, let's see what it is. Ah, Ezra Bridger. My Bridger. +1 gun. Oh, gun, 2 gun, disrupt, discard, 1 resource. He's a 9/12 for 8. Not great. He's a Scavenger Spectre. You may play blue upgrades on this character, ignoring play restrictions. Alright, keeping on that still. You may resolve a dice. You may resolve dice in a player's pool that has used the claim, the battlefield action this round, as if it were your pool. Huh, interesting. So yeah, you punish your opponent for claiming. So this is actually kind of cool that Ezra has that ability, sort of incentivizing you to claim over them. Which is cool. I mean, this is a cool little card. I don't know if it's good. I mean, a 2 range, like, you know, 9/12 with 8 though is like, it's so squishy for the cost. Yeah, I don't know. Cool card though. And blue upgrades. 9 though, God. No Mercy, the reprint. You know, saw plenty of play. I'm sure it'll see some more play now. It's a bursty way of killing your opponents. Ah, Saresu's Mastery. I think this is a legendary, right? Is this a legendary or is this a rare? I think it's a legendary. Oh, Jabba. Where are you, Jabba? Saresu's Mastery. Might be okay, but blue character only limit 1 form per character. The sides are 2 focus, 2 shield, 1 resource, special. Remove a die showing and give a character 1 shield. Cost 3. It's an upgrade ability form. So what's cool about it is after you play this upgrade, you may remove a die showing damage. So you can like overwrite it, and then you're like, boom, remove that. So yeah, I mean, it's got a lot of text. And like this text of like come into play effect of remove a die, very powerful in an aggressive metagame. This card is just total trash if you play against like a mill deck. So I don't know. Not awful, not an awful card, but it's no Jabba. I want Jabba. Target acquired. What is this? Downgrade intel. On damaged character only. Indirect damage assigned by attached character only must be assigned to attached character if able. Oh, it's a hero card. Kind of goes with Amidala a little bit. All right, okay, we got something. Oh, I like how the target's like, this is a cool picture. I like this picture a lot. All right, come on, Jabba. I got 3 legendaries already. Unfortunately, 2 of them are kind of poopy. Oh no, not Dengar. You're the wrong yellow legendary I wanted. God darn it. Oh no, he's a rare. Oh, whew. I thought he was a legendary. Thank God. Well, Dengar. He's fine as a rare. I'm fine opening him up as a rare. Dengar cost. He's 11/14. His sides are pretty poopy for the cost. It's 1 2 range, 1 melee, 1 disrupt, 1 resource, blank. It's Bounty Hunter, 10 health. After you activate the character, you may deal 1 damage to a character that has a bounty. That's it. So, yeah, he's kind of like Ray 2, except that Ray 2 could play good cards to make her ping ability go off, while Dengar has to play kind of like mediocre bounties. Not excited. Advanced Training is our rare. It's a plot. You may resolve your trooper dice showing blank as if it were indirect damage that has a value of 1. Cost 2. Yeah, I mean, this is another card that, like, costing 2 is so expensive for this ability, I feel. But I feel like I could also just be wrong about that. Alright. We got We got a blue ability, Force Pull. This card's cool. 2 indirect, 1 focus, 1 resource, special. Blue character only. Choose an opponent's character and force them to activate it. Then you may resolve one of that character's character dice as if it were in your pool. Cost 2. So, I like the idea of this card. What I don't love about it is that then they get to go. So you've put a bunch of dice in their pool. So it's particularly bad for for characters that have a bunch of upgrades on them. Because then they could just like, oh, well, you know, sure, you got to resolve 2 and now your character's dead. And, you know, you had no way of interacting with my other dice. Or like they rolled badly on their character dice, but they rolled well with their upgrades. And you're just like, well, that's a dunk. But, you know, I don't know. It's good with Yoda. I think it'll be good with Yoda. I don't know what else you'd want it for. Because you really want to be hitting that special in the matchups to make it worth it. Riot Shield. The red force illusion. I'm just kidding. It is good though. Before attached character takes damage, you may discard this upgrade to block 2 damage. Or 3 damage instead if it's attached to a trooper. It is generic. This could be a very expensive rare, like force illusion. But it's trooper only. But even though it's trooper, it's still like fine on its other side. Oh, we got another legendary. Another legendary I didn't want. Oh, come on. It's nonsense. Just nonsense. Yoda Spirit. 1 focus, 2 focus, 2 shield, and a special. Discard the support from play if you have Yoda in play. So you can't play with Yoda, which already sucks. Cost 2, and special is shuffle this support into your owner's deck to deal 3 unblockable damage to a character. So really, the only great sides on this are the 2 focus and the special. But the special, you use it early, and you spent 2 to deal 3. Now, if you get a 2 focus and the next turn you get a 3, that's like above. You're playing with cards above curve then. But you know, it's awkward when you roll your card and you only really have one good side, right? Like, sure, if you're an aggressive matchup, you can hit a stupid shield, and it's fine. It like sort of negates one of their dice, so maybe it's okay. 2 shields is a lot. I'm probably underestimating that. So Yoda Spirit's fine, probably fine. But I didn't really want to open it as my legendary. We only get 6 legendaries, guys. All right, Ahsoka Tano, 8/11, a cheap character. 8 health, +2/+2/+2 shield, resource, you know. But it's apprentice. After you activate a Jedi, you may resolve one of this character's character upgrade dice. If that die is showing a modifier, resolve it as if it did not have a modifier. Pretty great. And you make her into a Jedi with knighthood, and she naturally pairs with someone else. A million different possibilities you can pair her with. You can do like a 2 Jedi. You can do like a 3 wide and have like little Jedi. The other guy we pulled, I forget his name, but 8 cost Jedi. Alright, Dengar's Blade. I think this is a legendary, and this is going to make me very sad. Oh no, it's not. Oh, whew. Oh, so close. So close to the tilt. Dengar's Blade. 2 melee. +4 melee. That's pretty big. 2 disrupt, 2 shield, 1. After you play this upgrade, you may deal 1 damage to a character that has a bounty on it. Okay, that's good. Power action. This upgrade is on Dengar. Turn one of its character dice to a side showing a value of 1. Whatever. So what's interesting is that you don't necessarily need to have this be on Dengar to be good. You just need to be playing bounties, which is something to remember. It obviously does get better and gives Dengar a little bit of value. Yeah, I don't know. This card probably is bad. 4 damage for 3 though is above curve for what you're getting. It is modified, but with no Force Illusion around anymore, modifiers are way better now. So, and we're talking about obviously standard. So that's okay. As a rare, it's fine. I was really worried it was a legendary. I was like, oh god. Because I think Mace Windu is the character whose sword is legendary. And he is not, though. Another Rabble Cache. We already talked about that. And, oh, Lightsaber Mastery. Lightsaber Mastery. You bring up to 2 different move events to this game and place them face down under this plot. Action, exhaust this plot to play an event from under it. Then set that event aside. So, this is why costing 2, these other cards, the other plots that we've seen cost 2. This card costs 2. It gives you 2 free cards. They're not free, okay? You have to pay for them, but you can get 2 zeros and there would be 2 free cards, right? 2 events, 2 effects that are free. But you can also get, like, you know, you basically have, like, this toolkit of, like, situational cards that you could have that you might not put in your deck, but you'll have them for when you want them, and it's so gross. So good. Definitely the kind of card I like to play. Alright, not too many packs left, but we do have 2 legendaries left, in theory, unless we get screwed. Oh no, what is it? Oh, Palp's Lightsaber? Hell yeah. I mean, it's a good card. It'll be good if Palp's good, it'll be good. It is a legendary, which is kind of sad, but I guess I'll show it. Palpatine's Lightsaber. 1 melee, 2 melee, plus 2 melee. Shield resource. After you play this upgrade, gain resources equal to the number of ability upgrades on attached character to a maximum of 2. While this upgrade is on Palpatine, your copies of it are non-unique. So, it's an auto 2 of in a Palpatine deck. And, yeah, I don't really know what else to say about that. Because Palpatine's ability slots are endless. So you can get 3 weapons on Palpatine and as many upgrades and as many abilities as you want. Alright, so Mind Extraction is a card that I haven't opened yet. Attached character loses all of its non-special abilities. Action, exhaust attached character to discard this upgrade. Only attached character's controller can use this action. This card's so expensive for 2. But at 1 it probably would have been too good. So it's like, because like, you know, you spend 2 to like basically like stop a Snoke from doing his thing. But then you can still just exhaust Snoke. But, you know, being able to, like, having to exhaust a 2-die character, it would stink. So, I don't know. I think it's definitely a card people will play, because it will be very annoying when your opponent does play it. But you're just like, okay, well, I guess I'm just not playing with Snoke anymore. Because you gotta think about the other abilities too, right? Attached character loses all of its non-special abilities. I'm trying to think of, like, yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of, like, if it would stop, like, Kylo or, like, Dengar's ability or something like that. I'm not actually sure. Let me know in the comments if you know. Part of me thinks it does, but I could definitely be wrong. Another resistance ring. Kiss the ring. And Salt Flats. Cool little, you know, location here. Battlefield, rather. Turn a die to a side showing a blank. Or turn one of your leader dice to any side. It's pretty good. Pretty good little card. It's a good little payoff for being leaders. Alright, another Ezra Bridger. That's cool. Let's see what the uncommon is. Barter with Blood. Each player hides any number of tokens from the supply in their hand, then reveals them. Each player who reveals the highest number of tokens is dealt that much indirect damage, and may play a card from their hand for free. So, this card's very interesting, and I wrote about it, and I think that what I said was, it is, you have to build your deck in a certain way for this card to be good, and sometimes it just won't go the way you want it to, and then you're sad, and it's just not a place I want to be. I don't want to be part of that life. Oh, come on, one more legendary. Come on, Jabba. I'm calling you. I'm calling you, Jabba. Jabba? Jabba? Not Jabba, but maybe a good one. What is this one? Oh, Star Viper. Well, let's see here. 3 interact, 2 discard, 2 shield, special. Has ambush. Cost 4, it's a vehicle. Deal 3 damage to a character or discard a vehicle that costs 3 or less from play. 3 damage to a character. So, no, it's okay. It's expensive. It is neutral, and it does kill vehicles that cost 3 or less from play. I don't know why would this not be a support? I guess it sort of makes sense. And Fight Dirty again is the rare. Alright, let's see here. Skilled Tracker. Yellow character, only remove a character die. Is the special, has 2 specials, resource, discard, disrupt. Cost 1. I mean, this card seems okay. Has a resource side, so you can reroll into stuff that matter if they don't have a character die worth removing, or like you just got into the pool too late. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. As cards like this go, this card does seem like it could have some potential. Concerted Effort. It's a support. After you resolve a die, if you have resolved 3 or more dice this turn, you may exhaust the support to deal 1 damage to a character. Huh. Yeah, I think this card could be good. I mean, you play it in round 1. After you resolve a die, if you have resolved 3 or more dice this turn. So if that's the 3rd die, after you resolve a die, if you have resolved 3 or more, so I'm assuming it counts that 3rd die. If it does, that card's pretty good because, you know, you can definitely resolve 3 dice in the first turn. Yeah, that's pretty good. Hero support. Alright, I got my eye on you, Concerted Effort. If it doesn't count itself, then it's not as good. But I think it does. Oh no. The holocron, the bad holocron. The Jedi holocron, or whatever it's called. Yep, Jedi holocron. 1 focus, 1 resource, +1 special. Play only if you spot a Jedi. Place this upgrade on the bottom of its owner's deck to draw 3 cards. You may play a blue ability from your hand, decreasing its cost by 1. It's not an awful card. It's just, you know, when you see holocron, you want busted. That's not busted. That's just like kind of like a role player for your Siratsu's second right deck or whatever it's called. Alright, Mean Streets of Corellia. Claim you may spot a scoundrel to place 1 resource on this battlefield. You may play an event from your hand, decreasing its cost by the number of resources on this battlefield. Huh. Well, so you don't need the second part in order to, you don't need the first part to do the second part. But it does help. So if you're fast, you can start playing events that are cheap. So if you put 1, you'll be able to like play a free event every turn. So basically like bumping it to 1, you can play a 1, like claim, put a resource on it, use this for a electroshock or whatever. Not bad, not bad. Alright, 2 more packs, 1 more legendary, I think, I hope. Unless I missed one of these. Come on, Jabba! Jabba! Oh my god. He's here. He's here, Jabba. He's here to save us. I don't know, I just like Jabba, so I was excited. And he's good. He's a good card. Just, I don't know. I think I probably am the only one that's really hype about him. After you activate this character, you may look at the top 4 cards of your deck. Reveal a bounty or a yellow event from among them, and add it to your hand. Place the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. 2 focus, 1 disrupt, 1 discard. 1 resource +2. Yeah, so cost 10. Draws an extra card every turn if you build your deck right. Has a 2 resource side. I mean, I don't know. I don't really know. It has 2 focus. I don't really know what you want more from a character that costs 13. Honestly. Very excited that I opened that. I got 5 more boxes where I hopefully will hit. Fighting Pit is our rare. Power action. Reroll an opponent's character dice. Okay. Reroll one of your character dice. Then deal damage to those characters equal to the value showing on the other character's dice. Oh, this would be funny with Vader. He'd be like, oh, I rerolled him before, now your guy takes 4. I like the flavor. It's good flavor. The card does not seem playable, but you know, what do I know? I think you have to have big character dice for it to be good. And like maybe like big character dice that like have big sides on them. I don't know. Like Amidala would be kind of funny. You'd be like, haha, Amidala's fighting in the pit. And Naboo Palace Guard is our last card. Would have been sick if we had ended on Jabba, but we did not. But we still got him. He's a guard trooper. Oh, a guard subtype. That makes sense. While you have a leader in play, this character gains Guardian. Yeah, I mean, this card's like fine. It's kind of poopy, but he costs 8 and he can protect your other character. He's kind of like a better Rebel Trooper. Which is not saying much because Rebel Trooper is really bad. But +2 here. The die is arguably better, about the same. He doesn't have a resource side, which Rebel Trooper did have. Yeah, so I mean, it costs 8. So if you get like, if you have a character you really want to build around, like you play Naboo Palace Guard and Amidala and like some other 8-cost character, you have, you know, 4-die team, and you have an Amidala that's probably gonna live forever because of Naboo Palace Guard. So I don't know, it's not awful. He's not awful. He's a role player. Unity Force Tree. The most broken card in Star Wars Destiny gets opened last. This card's probably going to get errated because of the wording of it. It costs 1. Action, exhaust support to choose another player. You and that player each draw a card. So the thing is that, like, so the first time you use it, you exhaust support to choose another player. So you do that. And then you both draw a card. But then, since it's an action, you don't have to do it multiple times. You can be like, alright, action, exhaust support to choose another player. Can't do that, but you keep going. You and that player each draw a card. Okay, so you and that player, since you didn't choose, each draw a card. So you draw a card. It's just terrible wording that makes it so you draw your whole deck. Yeah, we had a whole long Reddit, subreddit, you know, discussion thing when we posted our article, like when Bobo was talking about that. But yeah, thanks anyways. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this kind of content, please like and subscribe to get more videos like this. I may do another unboxing depending on it, but I got Jabba, so I really don't need anything else. Alright, thanks for watching, and as always, may the rolls be with you.